This is a jig called the Blarney Pilgrim. It has an A part, a B part, and a C part. I'm going to show you the bare bones version, and I want you to learn my bowings if you want to learn my ornaments later, because you need to learn my bowings so that the ornaments will just kind of fall into your lap. You don't have to do my bowings. And then I'm going to show you places where it's really helpful to play fourth finger instead of open string. I'm a big fan of open strings on fiddle tunes. I think it adds to the percussive sound of a fiddle tune, but sometimes it does tangle us and slow us down. So pinky is very useful. This tune shows a key signature that looks like G major, so F sharp, but really it's in D mixolydian. It starts and ends on D, and D is the tonal center, but there's no C sharp. So it's not really in the key of D major, and it's not really in the key of G, but you'll use the notes of G major. So use F sharp, but no C sharp. High 2 on the D string, low 2 on the A string. Okay, this tune has an A part, a B part, and a C part. I'm going to play through it, repeating A, A, B, B, C, C. Learn that, learn my fingerings, learn the bowings, and then we'll talk about a few cool tricks you can do to spice up Blarney Pilgrim. Here we go, nice and slow. 1 and 2, ready and go, and all right, so if you learn that framework, you can throw so many ornaments onto that fairly easily. So I want to start with the C part because I just played that. Let's start with the C part. The C part is the easiest to do variations on because once you learn that bowing down, up, down, slur, down, up, da, 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 then you can do infinite variations spontaneously with that yum, ba-dum, ba-dum. So let me show you a few of those variations. So the original went like this with a pickup. The first variation you can do is on the string crossing. When you cross to the A string, don't quite leave the D string so your bow hits both strings. Sounds really cool. Takes a little practice to learn to stop the crossing at just the right moment, but it's not hard, especially if you stay in the middle of the bow. Okay, so that's the first variation. And you'll notice how I'm kind of whack, whack, whack. Really cross the string with gusto and be kind of crude about it. And then you can also break that yum ba-dum ba-dum into dum ba da dum ba da dum like this. So You could go all eighth notes, or you could just do 6/8 notes, long. It's like I said, it's infinite. And then within those eighth notes, you can also snag both strings like this. So on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. The first of every 3 notes, you hit the 2 strings. So that's easy and fun to vary that. I'm going to show you one more that's quite advanced. I don't want you to try it yet, but I can't resist showing you. So at the beginning of the C part, you're going to forget about that. You're just going to go A and then treble. And once you practice your treble and you get really good at it, you can just throw it off like little scratches or little percussive sounds. And it's just adds a little bit of spice. Okay, so that's the C part. Let's go back to the A part now. So the one I don't know if it's a good idea to tell you. Is to play the downbeat early. It's called a push. So at the end of the first A, you have a dotted eighth note. And if you hold it all the way through, then you'll start right on beat 1 for the repeat. But if you get anxious and antsy, you can shorten that dotted eighth note and start your downbeat early as a tie, a syncopated tie into the repeat. Let me show you the last half of the A part. It really gooses the listener and catches their attention. This is only safe to do if your rhythm is extremely solid, or better yet, if you're playing with a guitar or an accompaniment instrument that's keeping the beat for you. So it's dangerous and it can be really ineffective if you bomb it. So that's one idea, but it's one of many. Let me show you some other ideas. So there's left hand ornaments. So the original went. There's a nice long A, da 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 dum, and that there's nothing wrong with that. I love the simplicity. But occasionally you can add A, 1, 3, 1, A. Just flick those fingers, skip your middle finger, and you get a nice warble sound. And your goal isn't to play those notes clean. Sounds wrong. Your goal is to interrupt the string, interrupt the vibration. An Irish fiddler taught me that, and it completely blew my mind and changed my fiddle world, to stop doing the classical objective of letting every note be heard cleanly and instead just interrupt the string vibration. You'll be able to do it faster, more relaxed, and it sounds more Irish. So that's a good spot for what's called a finger roll, and that is an open string roll, the way I do open string rolls. Okay, so that's an easy thing to work on once you get this learned without ornaments. Make sure it's solid without ornaments first, and before you start adding ornaments, or it will really disrupt things. So what else? Okay, so right after that open string roll, the next measure has a first finger B And you can do a nice little finger flick, with 1 2 1. Or you could do a third finger flick. And it's if you don't if the note is heard, then it would be called a grace note. And a grace note would be more appropriate to do with a second finger, because you hear the note. But if you want to make it into a cut, which is a different type of ornament, do the third finger, because it's less likely that we'll hear the note and we'll just hear the interruption. 1 3 1. Okay, so there's 2 really good ornaments. Don't try to do them both until you're comfortable with it. And it happens on the first half of the A and the second half of the A. So that would be 4 really cool fiery ornaments to add. The B part. Okay, there's nothing on the first half of the B part that I really do. I just think the lilt and accenting every dun, dun, and treat the first note as most important and the second and third note as optional. It gives you that lackadaisical, you're not too concerned about it sound, and you want that. Of course, I do try to play every note. Now, right here, you can do a little grace note or a cut. So with the third finger is your the original goes just G E, but you can add a little finger flick with your third finger, or if you want to be real percussive, you can do fourth finger. Sorry, I wouldn't do that there. So just one ornament in the B part, and it's right there. And that's why if you learned my original bowing, that ornament falls right into your lap, because it's in a slur between the G and the E, making that ornament really easy. Bowings impact your ornaments hugely. So that's the A, the B, and the C. Why don't I play through it, throwing some of those in at full speed so you can hear them. Okay, 1 2, ready, and go. I remembered one more cool thing you can do on the C part. So on the third big chunk, at the end of that third chunk, you can add a little treble pickup coming out of it. So right there. But it does change your bowing. Let me show you in slow motion. That's more advanced, and you certainly don't need it. You've got enough. But let me just show you, because I did it on the full speed. So that last slur changes to a down, up. Watch. The treble is up, down, up. That's the 3-note treble. Up, down, up. and then I'm back to the melody. Okay, so cool stuff. I love this jig. I love, love, love it. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Have fun with it, and good luck.